Hi and welcome. My name is Marius and I'm going to show you today our newly added support for Python and OR-Tools. You know all the other features that we have, like managing the version of your solver, conducting experiments, and like acceptance testing, for example, like this example in particular, that you can all do with all the different kinds of solvers that we already support around our Go SDK framework. And now we will also bring those features to Python apps, in particular OR-Tools, where you have a variety of different solvers like constraint programming, mixed integer programming, or even special purpose solvers like for VRP. And all of these you can now also use on our platform and have the same features like you used to with our Go SDK world. And how you get started, I'm going to show you now. So let's head to the terminal, and like we're starting with all the other apps, usually we start from template. So we're going to Nextmv SDK init-t OR-Tools. That is the template we're going to use for OR-Tools. And here on the right side, you can already see the content of the template. So it has a number of files, but most importantly, it has an input.json and it has a main.py. And we're going to have a quick look at the content of those to explain the problem a little bit. That's being solved here. And the problem is actually a knapsack problem, a very simple one. So we have a number of items that we want to put or can put into our knapsack, and they have a certain value and a certain weight. And this weight cannot exceed the knapsack's capacity of 50 in this example. And the values are the ones that we actually want to maximize. So we want to select the items that are most valuable while not exceeding the weight. Let's hop to the main.py file. Here, the main is basically the entry point of our app. And obviously, we define some arguments to control the app. But most importantly, we read the input, we solve it, and write the solution back to the output. So let's head to the solve function. And the solve function uses mixed integer programming of OR-Tools. So it creates a solver, uses the provider skip in this particular case, and then models or transforms the input into the model representation using the modeling framework of OR-Tools. And here you can see, for example, that we add the weight capacity. So the sum of all weights that's been done here must be smaller equals the weight capacity. And the objective of the solver is to maximize the values. And this is what it's going to do here in the solver.solve. And afterwards, we read the solution. So we read the solution values, check which one of these items have been selected, and transform that back to the output, and also enhance it with some statistics that we add, custom KPIs, business metrics that you are interested in that you can then compare in the experiments. Cool. Now that we understood the app, we can actually push it. Let's use it. So the first thing that we're going to do is actually create an app. We name it simply demo. It's a demo app. And then we push the code. And that is actually very simple. So the only thing that we just did was push it, and immediately we're offered that we can already curl against it. For example, we could post a problem there. But to make it a bit more advanced, we are also going to create a version for this app. So this will pin it to this particular and create the instance accordingly to it. This will pin the code that we just pushed to a certain tag, and this tag we can then reference when doing runs. So that's what we're going to do. Here's the last step. So Nextmv app run the demo app with the instance v001 that I just pushed here, or defined here. And we're just going to reuse the input file and wait for the answer. Going to wait a second. We already have our result. So as you can see, we have in the statistics section already defined that the value of the knapsacks is 444, and we solved it in 0.0047 seconds. And the items that are put in, or we put into our knapsack, or were selected, this already ran on our platform. And this is basically all you need to do. So we can immediately head back, for example, also to the console, and you will see that you can find your app. I need to refresh here. I did run this earlier. Now you can see it. So as you can see, there are the instances, the v001 that we just pushed and the version accordingly. And you will also already find runs. I did some more runs earlier, but the latest one that we just saw is this one. And this is the same result that we just got also on the terminal. And this run history will include, obviously, also later in production, all your runs. This is all that is necessary to get Python OR-Tools into production here with us. And I hope you have a lot of fun and find it useful. Thank you.